We're gonna build a lean-to here. 36 feet going that way and 15, 16 feet coming out this way. And we're going to have this as the tractor storage. Kind of a big deal, building a building. First step to get rid of all of this junk wood. Okay, so unfortunately that's taking way too long. So I'm just gonna try pushing it with the tractor. That was a lot more fun and a lot quicker than pulling each piece by hand. Tractors are useful. Okay, so now we're gonna clean up the edges here. So Charlie's stone deaf now, but he still knows what food looks like, and he loves his dirt bones. Okay, come on. Cam's first time seeing the pit. Day 3 of the build. Cam is back.
Hello.
Today, what are we doing, Cam? We're putting up
Posts, making beams, installing the beams, and hopefully even putting up some rafters.
post, beams, rafters. Awesome.
Hopefully.
Battens are done. Can't really see it because you got the tarp on, which Jen helped me with, which is a big help. But they are done. We're gonna take the auger off, tie it to a post.
We're gonna take the auger off?
And then we're gonna put on the plow, and then we're gonna take a run at grading this with the bucket and the plow.
You have an hour left.
Okay,
Until
well,
the sun is
hurry
gone.
up. We got our reciprocating saw. Thank you very much, Stephen Barnes. Cut out a little jib, and it should fit now. Yep. And that's where the holes are going. Right on the edge. So the whole side might come off here, which is okay. See that? Hello. Next one. Okay, let's see how we did. Yes. This should work out perfectly. Be careful with angle grinders. Another brick in the wall. Okay, we'll drill the holes for the rest of these carriage bolts. try to finish these doors.
It looks good.
I'm gonna try to get the support 2x4s up. Should be able to do it. It's gonna get dark soon, but let's try it. I go cut it on the chop saw. It's pretty good. I like it. Same drill, so to speak. Okay, let's go cut. Let's see if it fits. Perfect. The roof is on, it's good. The flashing's up, it's good. Doors are on, happy with the doors. We put all the trim on. These corner boxes, we finally figured out how to get them on, got the right size, got them on. The next step, before we can put the walls on, we need to get these corners on. You'll see we have the channel here into which the wall panels fit up top. Same with the corners. This is what a corner looks like. You can see it has the channels there as well. So the idea is that the wall panels fit into the channel up top and to the side. The devil's in the details though, because once we put on the corner, what happens when I get up there? Like, I haven't worked out in my head how it's gonna terminate, where it's gonna terminate, how it's gonna interact with the corner box or the gable trim. I just don't know what it's gonna do. 8 feet's what I need. I got 10 feet to work with on this. I have 2 feet to work with, kinda. But once you start cutting this stuff up, it gets ugly, at least on one side, and I'm not good with this tin stuff. This is really an art. Maybe I just don't know what I'm doing. In fact, I definitely don't know what I'm doing. Playing the game of snips, straight snips. We got the right snips, we got the left snips, and then we've got the big, I don't know, master snips, whatever you call them. And just a little rant. The red snips are the left snips. Why can't red just be right? It's red, right, right, red. It's the opposite of that. Red is left, green is right, and yellow is straight. Haven't used the straight ones too much. Don't know really what they're good for. I'm just gonna trust the process. Left snips, left snips. These are right snips, left snips. Right snips, left snips. This is very difficult. If anyone has figured out a way to do this in a way that doesn't destroy everything, please let me know. Cutting this stuff up, it just mashes. Like, there's a nice clean corner. That's straight from the factory. You can see when you just start digging in there, some of the oil canning and all the bending and ripping and tearing. What kills me is I know there's a better way to do it. I haven't found it. Anyway, here is the play piece playing with the corner. Right about there. I want to close off this gap there. If I cut out this piece going down over there, then that should give me a nice little fit up there. All right, so that's our piece, which should work. Let's see. It looks okay. Slide into the channel over on this side. Slide up the channel on that side. I think that's gonna work just fine. Yes. Dare I say I'm getting better at this. That's a lot better than it's been going for me with this metal stuff. Now we'll take that. And now we need to do to this guy what we did with this little guy. Okay, moment of truth, time to cut. This is going to go smoothly. What fits, snips? What fits? Snip it. All right. Nice. All right, let's try this. I think we're on there. That's our corner. Okay, let's get our awl and fasten it on. Again, it's just to hold it there right until we get the wall panels up. Okay, corners are on. Well, the corner is on. Sweet. I'm gonna rip out another corner. Then we get the panels and get the walls on. I'd say that's a pretty tight fit when it stays up on its own. I think I like it. Okay, we fasten it up. Corners are on, and I'm happy with that. They're straight, they are secure, and they allow us to get to the next step, which is putting the wall panels on.
It looks really good.
Yeah, it's up. Very happy with it, actually. Took a long time, but got it up.
It took you the entire day. I love you. You did a great job. It looks fantastic.
But before I do that, I'm gonna finish this door. I'm gonna get the lock, and then I'm gonna split the door for the simple door latch. One long 2x4 piece, 10 inches up and 10 inches across on either side. And then 4 7-inch blocks. Bang on, good. Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the other 2 2x4s, laminate it halfway on top. So here I just had an old scrap piece of 2x4. There you go. Perfect. Okay, so we got the corners on, we got the doors on. Today we're gonna put the walls on. I'm gonna put the walls on first. I'm gonna see how they hang, and then I'm going to snug the bottom trim on afterwards. Assuming that goes smooth, we should have a big wall on this today. And then I'll start on that end so that they'll be overlapping as I go this way, because the wind comes from the north. You don't want that gap sort of being open to the direction the wind comes in. Sort of makes sense. Didn't think to do that for the roof. You live and you learn. I'm all loaded up with these guys, roofing screws, 1-inch screws to match the color of the panel with the little rubber gasket on it, keep water out, that sort of thing. I'm using a drill for this, not a driver. The driver was great for the wood screws, but it's too much. It's too strong, and we don't want to mash out that little gasket, right? You want it snug, but you don't want it to be pancaked. So the drill is better. I have the clutch on here set to 12, which seemed to work pretty well for the roof. I might even dial it back to 10 or 11. We'll see how we go, but you want the clutch to give out before it mashes the whole gasket rubber ring. So anyway, I'm gonna get one of these panels, make sure it fits. 7.5 feet. I think these are 8-foot panels. These are 8 feet, which is the size that I ordered. Didn't take into account the bottom purlin or the top clearance taken off by the trim up here. 8 feet is gonna be too tall. That means I'm gonna have to cut them all. What I'm gonna do first is frame up the side here, these openings, because these are gonna be covered with the tin too. Benefits of ordering just a little bit too much wood is I have enough wood. The plan originally was to do the wall panels and then come in and do the trim on the doors and stuff, but you know what? We're just gonna do all of the wood. We're gonna do all the wood first so that we only have to spend a day, hopefully, on doing the tin. We've got our 3 identical pieces of 2x4 here. Let's just laminate this up and let's see how we're looking. There's our laminate. Let's see how she fits. So it doesn't fit because the door's in the way. So I'm gonna need to cut off the door first. Not so bad. Pretty good, actually. Pretty happy with where that is. Let's see how she closes up. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's gonna work. Let's keep going. I like it. This should work out. Okay, so we're gonna finish up on the other side. I'm gonna get a fire started because she needs a fire. And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna do these doors. I just finished up the other side, so now I'm gonna start on this side. So I think the battery died just before I made that cut, but it went smoothly. And now that we got that done, now we're gonna get the laminated 2x4s up for the corners and just keep plugging away. That's good. This is an exciting moment because we are now officially done all of the wood. The key goal here for me this whole time was to bring everything, the door frame, the wall frame, flush with the footings here, because we're gonna put the wall up here and we need something for it to fasten to. It's a solid little wall and it's flush, okay? It's flat, it's flush with the header, or sorry, with the rafter going up there. So the idea is I'm gonna slide the roof in, and the roof is going to cover from that wall going up and then cover the rake all the way down to the other side. It's going to come down this triangle there. We're going to cover that up, and then it's going to come down here about whatever 3 inches or so and tie in there. I'm happy with this. This is really great. This is a big moment. Got a new tool for this job. It's called a nibbler. I did a lot of research on how people cut steel, how people cut these roof panels and these wall panels. Everyone's got an opinion. There really doesn't seem to be one solid way to do it. I know there's power shears. I know there's air shears. DeWalt sells a power shear attachment for a drill. I was looking at all this stuff. Tin snips, right? You can use big tin aviation snips, but they leave kind of a mess when you're cutting it. It's not great. So the nibbler is supposed to be very precise. Doesn't leave a rough edge, leaves a nice smooth edge. But this is a big moment because now we are finally done the wood and we are at the moment where we can start cutting some wall panels. I'm gonna do some measurements, then I'm going to break out this nibbler and see what's what. So this is the base trim. If you look at this stuff funny, it bends. I'm really interested to see how it goes. Let's get on with it. Something to aim for. Super nervous about this. Perfect, but it's not bad. Holy smokes. We have a wall on it now. Terry was a huge help. Thanks very much, Terry. My opinion of this metal stuff hasn't changed. It's very finicky. As the day went on, though, I got better with that nibbler. There's still a 1 foot section on the end there. I'm waiting on the 2 foot piece of trim still. I'm happy with it. So we got our last bit of trim. Gonna put up that last panel and we'll see how far we get, which will work. That looks good to me. We chalk line all the screws up there, so we got a pretty straight line. This last one we're just gonna eyeball. Looks good. Just a perfect day. And it's supposed to snow 10 centimeters tomorrow. So make hay while the sun shines. We lost power. How? I don't know. Blew a fuse, we did. We're back in business. Okay? It's working, yeah, thank you. Come on. Okay, so we hit a snag. The air tool appears to have blown an O-ring, so it's leaking. It's got an O-ring leak, which is fantastic. Plan B, a WIS 14-inch tin snips, good to 22 gauge, I believe, and I think this tin is 26 gauge. So this should work. Okay, it actually goes through quite nice. Arguably nicer than a nibbler. So we got the layout done from last day. The line going up to the jut out, 45 degrees coming up, and then on the top side we got the slope coming down here. So, okay. So I'm gonna cut along here, I'm gonna cut off this piece. I have to cut up this way, and then once I get to there, this is where a nibbler comes in real handy. But I have to pivot to come up here.
What are you done today?
I'd like to get one more piece up. So much math. Let's start cutting. Got it. The nibbler was good in its own way, kind of not great in other ways. Very hard to keep a laser straight line with a nibbler. It curves a bit, especially as you go over the ribs. It was tough to get through this stuff. Even these guys, they're able to cut through it. You can see just on one sheet how much it mashed up the clippers themselves. Between these tiny little crescent half moon pieces from the nibbler and these sharp edges, I've basically destroyed 2 pairs of gloves. It's dicey. So anyway, I got this cutout piece. I'm really hoping that it fits. I don't have enough tin to make a mistake anymore, so here goes nothing. Come on, lucky star. Let's fit. I think it's gonna fit. Gonna have to get up there. So luckily we had Jen to help us out and we got that first panel up, which is critical. It's actually kind of pretty to see it blowing in there, like it's enjoying its last hurrah. Okay, separation. Okay. Now, after all that, this better fit. We are in. Okay, looking good. Okay, all panels are up. Now we just got to do the trim and our shed is done. The day has finally come. The shed is done. Thank you to all the cam secrets out there. Without you, I would not, could not, should not have done this. But here you go. Here's the shed. Very happy with it. Door latch. Got this guy up here too. And then we got the built-in place barn doors, which worked out great. I gotta get all this junk metal out of here, but here's the shed. Double doors. I can't believe it's finished. It's done. This shed was a long time coming. I've never done anything like this. I've never built anything like this. This is a big deal for me. I'm super happy with it. I knew it would be a lot of work, but I didn't think it would be this much work. I didn't think there would be this much math. I didn't think metal would be so hard to work with. We went over time and over budget. It's done. Happy with it. Good. Tractor Shed. Signing off.